If oxygen disappeared for just 5 seconds, you wouldn't suffocate. You wouldn't even have time to scream. The ground beneath your feet would simply cease to exist. When people ask this question, they're thinking of the gas we breathe, the 21% of our atmosphere. And don't get me wrong, that scenario is a global disaster. But there's a second, far more terrifying and far more literal answer to that question. What if the element oxygen, the atom itself, vanished? In this video, we are going to explore both. First, the 5-second catastrophe everyone thinks would happen. And then, the 1-second apocalypse that actually would. Let's start with the scenario you know. The air we breathe. For 5 seconds, every molecule of O2 gas in our atmosphere vanishes. The first thing you notice isn't the air in your lungs, it's the silence and the fire. Oxygen is 1/3 of the fire triangle. Without it, combustion is impossible. Every fire on Earth, from the candle on your birthday cake to the massive jet engines on a 747, instantly flames out. Every internal combustion engine seizes. Every car on the highway becomes a 2-ton metal box with no power. Every plane in the sky, all 16,000 of them, becomes a glider. They will not immediately fall out of the sky, but they are now all in a state of controlled and soon to be uncontrolled descent. The global transportation network is dead. The second thing you notice is the pain. We just lost 21% of our air pressure instantly. This is the equivalent of being at sea level and being teleported to an altitude of 26,000 feet, 8,000 meters, in less than a millisecond. This is not a gentle change. This is a pressure explosion. The change is so violent that it would instantly rupture the inner ear of every human and land-dwelling creature on the planet. The delicate structures in your cochlea, designed for tiny vibrations, would be destroyed. Every single person on Earth is now permanently and agonizingly deaf. The third thing you notice is the darkness. Why is the sky blue? Because particles in the atmosphere, including oxygen and nitrogen, scatter the sun's blue wavelengths. Without oxygen, there are significantly fewer particles to scatter that light. The sky turns dark. The sun is just a blindingly bright, unfiltered pinpoint of light. The world is plunged into an instant, terrifying midday night. The fourth thing you notice is the metal. Oxygen is a powerful oxidizer. It's what creates the layer of rust and tarnish that protects many raw metals. Without that protective layer, untreated metals would instantly fuse. This is called cold welding. It doesn't happen on Earth because the oxygen layer keeps them separate. In the vacuum of space, 2 clean pieces of metal will bond permanently on contact. For these 5 seconds, Earth is a vacuum. Any raw, non-painted metal pieces touching would instantly weld together. Your car's engine might seize, not just from lack of fire, but because the pistons and valves are fusing into a solid block of steel. And then, just as suddenly as it left, it all comes back. This is not a gentle return. This is the real catastrophe. For 5 seconds, the world was saturated with unburnt fuel. Hot engines, sparks from scraping metal, and electrical shorts were all happening. but there was no oxygen to ignite them. Now there is. The returning O2 mixes with this aerosolized fuel. The result is a series of explosions, on a planetary scale, a global firestorm. The pressure wave of the returning air would be a sonic boom heard around the planet, shattering any windows that survived the initial pressure drop. The air, now superheated by the fires, would create unimaginable weather patterns, flash boiling water and creating hyper-hurricanes. In 5 seconds, we have gone from a normal day to a deaf, dark, and burning apocalypse humanity would survive. But it would be a broken, deafened, and scarred species on a planet on fire. But that is not what would really happen. We were nice. We only took away the O2 gas. The question was, what if oxygen disappeared? The element, the atom, the O in H2O. This is a fundamental building block of our reality. It's the third most abundant element in the universe. It makes up 65% of your body by mass, 87% of the world's oceans, and 47% of the entire Earth's crust. It's not just the air, it's the glue. This time, we're not taking away the gas, we're taking away the atom. And we don't need 5 seconds. Let's see what happens in 1. Millisecond 1. You vaporize. Your body is 65% oxygen. The rest is mostly carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen. The oxygen atom is the fundamental component of the water that fills your cells, and the glue that holds together the amino acids that form your proteins. Without it, the bonds break. You do not suffocate. You do not feel pain. You do not even have time to register a thought. Your entire body, your bones, your blood, your brain, instantly disintegrates. You are reduced to a rapidly expanding cloud of hydrogen gas and fine carbon dust. Every human, every plant, every insect, every fungus, every bacterium is gone. Millisecond 10. The oceans boil. The oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the clouds, all H2O. Without the O, all that is left is H2. Hydrogen gas. In one instant, the entire water content of the planet transforms from a stable liquid into a colossal, planet-sized cloud of pure, flammable gas. This gas expands at a near-explosive rate, increasing in volume 1,800 times. The pressure wave from this alone would shatter mountains. Millisecond 50. The Earth's crust disassembles. This is the part everyone forgets. Where are you standing? You're standing on the Earth's crust. What is the crust? It's rock. What is rock? It's silicon dioxide, SiO2. It's aluminum silicates. It's iron oxides. Oxygen is the binder. It's the oxide in every mineral. Without the oxygen atom, there are no rocks. There is no sand. There is no soil. There is no magma. The entire 30-mile thick crust of the planet disintegrates. It doesn't collapse. It unbinds. The ground under your feet, the concrete in your buildings, the silicon in your phone, the very mountains themselves, all of it becomes a fine, unbonded powder and gas, expanding outwards. Millisecond 100. The great unmaking. All our structures are gone. Concrete is a calcium silicate hydrate. No oxygen, no hydrate, no silicate. It's just dust. Wood is cellulose, a chain of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Without oxygen, it's just carbon dust and hydrogen gas. Our entire civilization, all of our history, every building, every book, every hard drive, is atomized. Millisecond 200. The sun strikes. Remember the atmosphere. It's gone. Remember the ozone layer, O3. That's gone too. the unfiltered, concentrated, hard radiation of the sun, gamma rays, X-rays and extreme ultraviolet, slams into this expanding cloud of matter. The hydrogen gas, which was once our oceans, instantly ignites. The sun's radiation, now unblocked, bombards the exposed iron core of the planet, superheating it. This isn't a sequence of events. It is a single, instantaneous frame delete of reality. At time 0, you are standing on a planet. At time 0.001, there is no you, there is no planet. There is only a rapidly expanding cloud of elemental dust and burning gas, with a molten iron core at its center. The end of the world isn't fire and brimstone. It's a file not found error for planet Earth. So what if oxygen disappeared? If it's the gas we breathe, it's a 5-second global catastrophe, a nightmare of deafness, darkness and fire. A world changed forever, but one where humanity would, just barely, go on. But if it's the element, it's the end of everything. Instantly. It's not just the air. It's the water that fills our oceans and our cells. It's the rock that forms the ground we stand on. It's the atom that binds our planet, our homes, and our bodies together. Oxygen is not just what gives us life. Oxygen is our world.